Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. Today's webinar is all about selling on the government e-marketplace and how you can get started, get your orders, win your orders. So many businesses are interested in selling on GeM, but are not sure where to begin. You can have questions around registration, required documents, product listing, and many more. So in today's session, we'll simplify this entire process. You will understand how GEM works, how to register as a seller, how government procurement takes place on the platform, and including a few tips that can help improve your chances of winning orders on the platform. So before we begin, I'd like to quickly introduce our new product, the Business Health Report. Business Health Report gives you a complete view of your business profile by analyzing your credit, GST, and banking health. It helps you understand what went wrong with your previous loan application and also gives you guidance in how you can prepare better for your next application. It helps you identify the areas which need your attention immediately. So I would like to tell you, do not miss this opportunity to make your business ready for its next loan. If you're interested in learning more about this, please let us know in the comments and our team will be happy to reach out to you. Now it gives me great pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Indu. Indumati is a finance and legal expert with more than a decade of experience working with the startups, MSMEs, corporates. So today she will draw her experience to simplify the GM platform for you and share her guidance to help you get started the right way. Thank you, Indu. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Vasundra. So, good morning, everyone. Let us start our GeM process, and we'll slowly move on with the presentation today. And by end of today, you should be able to sell confidently through GeM. Register on GeM. First, let's move through the process. First, register on GeM, catalog your products and services, and sell to government, one of the biggest buyer in India. So that's what we will be concentrating on today. So, so first thing, this is our roadmap. This is how we will be going today. First, we need to understand why GeM matters for MSMEs. We'll understand a bit about the GeM platform, government e-market platform. What is the registration you are required to do? How do you list the product and services? How does the procurement process or the bidding process work, and few tips and some of the common challenges which you will face. And then we will close with a Q&A session. So the opportunity, that's the first thing which you need to see. How much is the opportunity which is available for you? How much value of the goods and services are processed through the government e-marketplace. Now see this figure, 5.43 lakh crore. 5.43 lakh crore is the value. Yeah, sorry, 1 second. Yeah, this is the value of the procurement which happens through the GeM. You can imagine already we have around 45% of the GeM orders or for the MSC sellers. So you can imagine how much further you can contribute in case if you have not started in the GeM portal. All of this can be to MSEs. Our MSEs are very much capable. So we can even bring it to 50, 60%. It's in hand of MSEs like us. So think about the volume of this purchase, and the volume keeps on growing year on year as more state and more PSCs get added into the GeM platform. This value keeps on growing. So more the opportunity is for the MSCs and sellers. So already we have around 11.37 lakh almost MSC sellers added. This is the data as of Jan 2026. Now it would have increased a few more value also. So why this matters? See, government PSUs are one of the largest institutional buyers in India. Of course, we have other big companies, private sectors, etc. But this is one of the largest institutional buyer. And all the ministries, central government ministries, public sector undertakings, and many states, and some states are yet to come, are procuring through the government e-marketplace. It is totally digital. It is transparent procurement. Now, generally people used to say, okay, all the government contract goes only to the big companies. Not necessary. The GeM platform provide equal opportunity for the large companies as well as for the MSEs. So if you are already having few customers, it may be big companies, small companies, you're adding furthermore. You may be directly selling to customer. Now government becomes one of your customer. You're just diversifying your customer base by using the government e-marketplace portal. So what is this government e-marketplace? Nowadays, you all buy goods from Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, whatnot, everywhere. You buy goods online, right? Similarly, government e-marketplace is a website or a portal through which the government buys goods from you. It's nothing but a platform, a website. The website looks like this. So it's nothing but a platform through which the government is a government PSU, state PSUs, as well as the central PSU. They are the buyers. They will connect with you digitally and you will be a registered seller. So this platform was established in 2016 and this is a digital procurement platform. This is used by central government, state government, union territories, and the public buyers. There are a lot of products and services which are being listed in the GeM. So here the procurement process is totally online. The bidding process is transparent. Purchasing is standardized and digital documents are available. Total order, whether to payment tracking, whether when you will receive the payment, is your invoice approved, everything is online. So now comes the question of, can we all sell in a GeM? I mean, GeM means it is for product. What do we service providers do? These are the common questions we get. What do we service providers do? And then is it only for manufacturers? As a trader, can I sell? I mean, is it applicable for startup? I'm a very small proprietor. Can I start selling in GeM? All these are the common questions which come up whenever we introduce a government e-marketplace. So when I see who are the eligible business category, if you are a manufacturer, who manufacture different industrial product, you are eligible. And then traders who trades with different goods, they are eligible. Service providers, one who provides various services, they are eligible. Startups who are registered with DPET, and they are eligible. And MSCs or MSMEs all are eligible to sell on the government e-marketplace or the GeM platform. So as a business category, which are the business category which are eligible? I'm a proprietor. Can I go and sell in GeM? 100% you can go and sell in GeM. If you're a proprietor, one-person company, partnership firm, LLP, limited liability partnership, private limited, public limited, any form of organization, if you are going to sell any product or services, you can definitely use GeM. GeM welcomes business of every size. Okay, so this is about eligibility, but there is something else which you need to see. So first, you need to see whether is GeM right for your business. Yes, GeM allows everybody to register it. So first thing you need to check is whether your business, for your business, GeM is right. See, suppose you are a manufacturer of a products. Government buys from many industries, no doubt. But then whether Government requires your product. That is something you have to check. So when you are supplying standard product, it is very easy to find whether the government will procure from you or not. Chairs, stationery, cleaning materials, there is a standard category material. These are very easy to find. So if you're providing professional services, if you're providing technical services, not all professional services or technical services are listed. Check whether it is listed. That's open. The category, I mean, you can check it online whether government procures your services, or is there a requirement by the government for your services or product. You can check it, and depending upon that, you can decide whether is GeM right for your business or not. And the thing is, if you want to expand, see, for example, you are somewhere in Andhra Pradesh, you want to expand, you want to sell to customers in government customers in various states, Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, government, you can very well access the buyers across India through GeM. Whether if you are an MSME or a startup, definitely you have opportunities in GeM portal. You get a large government buyer base. It's totally transparent process. Now, your traditional market is of course there, but apart from that, you can expand. So in any business, market expansion is very important. So once your market expands, demand for your product grows, sales grows. Similarly, your cash flow will grow. So it all depends upon the market. So you extend yourself beyond your traditional market. It is a single platform to reach the buyers. Now here the buyers are the central government, PSUs, state government and state PSUs also. Slowly the number of registering PSUs, state PSUs are also have also started registering in GeM. So before registering, first do that self-assessment. After your self-assessment, you find that yes, government buys my product, government buys my services, or I think there may be a demand for my services in the future. In fact, you can suggest the GEM to add the category also. There is a field in the screen to make you add your category of business also. So depending upon your request and the need, genuine need, they will add your category in case of requirement. So how do you get ready? So before you register, basically you will need an identity document. This can be your Aadhaar, virtual ID or PAN. Anything it can be, but it must be there. And Aadhaar or PAN linked mobile number where you will receive your OTPs. Email ID, it should be an active email ID. Again, you will receive a verification link and a OTP in your email. So both of the mobile as well as the email should be active. And your registered business address, for of course for proprietorship, your identity document along with your address document will prove as the registered business address. But for other forms of business, you need to have a valid proof. And then your bank account details, that means your account number, IFSC code, which bank branch, all these details are required. And other documents which you will require is PAN number. And wherever SIN company, if you are a one-person company, private limited, public limited company, you need to provide the company identification number. So SIN is required, LLP means LLPIN is required, limited liability partnership identification number is required. And if you are in MSME, Udyam is required. If you are a startup who is registered under DPIT number is also required. So all these are basic documents which are required. Now, what about GST? Wherever, if you have a GST number, you are a GST registered dealer, please provide your GST number. Data is auto picked from GST. You have a credibility. Now you are saying to your buyer Yes, I do have a GST number, and without the GST number, there is a value which changes as per the needs, where only people who are having a GST number will be given certain orders. So if you are having a GST number, please provide a GST number. And for detail, what other requirements, you will have to refer to the bids. That's a different one. But so in case if you have a GST number, TAN number, you need to give the GST number, TAN number, everything. So have these details with you plus ITR. See, if you are a startup, if you may not have 3-year IT return, but if your industry or your company is already established, you're doing the business for a few years, then 3 years IT return along with acknowledgement need to be there with you in case if you're planning to register. First, keep all this document ready even before you go to the registrations. So here you need to understand one concept. We'll go to that concept later. So keep all this document ready in advance in case if you are a company or you are a LLP. So the primary user must be an authorized representative, maybe a director who is an authorized representative detail. His Aadhaar, his PAN or her PAN is mandatory. You need to verify the bank account details very carefully before giving it into the platform. Okay, so primary user must always be authorized representative. They may be a director or a designated partner in case of LLP or a partner. In any of this case, they should be an authorized representative. So next, we started with what are all the documents we need. Next, what is the step? So first, we need to understand who will manage your GeM account. The primary user will manage the GeM account. He is the authorized representative. She manages the account. So primary user. Okay. So now the primary user can appoint up to 50 secondary user. See, if you are starting small or if your enterprise is small, there can be just one primary user, then they can do all the work. Suppose assume that your organization is slightly big, or you need somebody else will be creating a catalog for you, maybe taking a picture and giving all the specification will involve a lot of time. So maybe you have a separate department who will do a catalog creation. So they need to update all the products and prices of the product, specifications of the product. So for catalog creation, you can have one secondary user. Some of the organizations have more than one secondary users also, but it is up to you, your organization, to decide how many secondary users you can have, but you can have up till 50 secondary users. And bid participation, you can have one secondary user. Whether to order fulfillment also, you can have another secondary user. I'm classifying it into 3 so that it flows easily with your organization structure. See, marketing department may be creating a catalog creation, and you can have one bid participation department or a sales department who will be participating on the bids, but whereas there will be a different fulfillment department. So it depends upon your organization how you have structured. Accordingly, you can create the number of secondary users also. Here responsibilities are assigned by the rule, but the oversight will be that of the primary user. This is for a slightly bigger organization. But if you are a small organization, assume that you are a proprietorship or you are a very small partnership, you can just have one primary user and you can do all this work. So it depends totally on your size of your organization whether to create a secondary user or not. So now as far as the registration is concerned, this is how the screen will look like. See, here you need to go to the GeM screen and give sign up. And when you sign up as a seller or a service provider registration. Okay, and here visit the gem.gov.in and you click on the sign up, select the seller or service provider. Here you will have to choose your business type, whether you are a proprietor, firm, company, trust, central government or state government. You can be any type of organization. You just have to select what type of business you are having. So when you select this business type, immediately you will see below what are all the documents which are required. Okay, so you have, I think because you have already prepared the documents which we saw in the previous list, you will have all the documents, tick on everything and accept the terms and conditions. Then you proceed with the registration. Now comes the question as, see, in case if we want to go and then apply as a seller in many platform, whichever platform it is, Amazon, Flipkart, or anything, if you're going to sell, we need to pay a certain platform fee. So for this registration, should I pay some fee? So for this registration, you don't have to pay any fee. It is totally free of cost. Okay, but you can complete next. There are certain, like when you enter into certain bids, or there are some contracts which will require you to pay certain amount of money to show your credibility, which is refundable, of course, and very genuine. So at those time you may have to pay the money, and there also the MSEs, women, as well as the SC/ST categories all have concessions there. Okay, so here it's totally free of cost, and there are a lot of what do you say, as availability. I mean, the lower charges applicable for us MSMEs or MSEs particularly. So next, after you proceed with the registration, next comes the very important step of the seller profile. The seller profile must be completed. Then you will start listing your product and services. So the seller profile is very, very important in the GeM portal. Here, this is where your government is going to, the government or the PSU for whom you're going to supply your product or services. They are going to look at who you are. Okay, it is like your company's visiting card. It should be totally complete and correct. They look for what exactly is the business you're doing and what are the products you have, what are the services you provide. All this are seen from your seller profile. So what you should do is you should always keep your profile updated. You should give accurate details there, in case if you're having a change in the phone number, change in an email, anything, it needs to be updated in the seller profile, or change of address for that matter. Everything needs to be updated in your seller profile. And your product or service, how many products you have, how many different variety of product you have. Maybe already they don't have any idea to order for it, but after seeing your catalog they may feel that, okay, this product will also be helpful. So all the details has to be there, and every product need to have a complete specification. And whenever they call you, that's why updating a proper phone number or the accurate phone number is very important. So in case if they want to communicate with you, you need to have a contactable telephone number and email ID. You can also give alternate phone number in case if you are busy for the professional communication. So whenever they call, should be responding promptly. And very important is consistency. There is a rating. There is a rating in your, when you buy from Amazon or Flipkart, you rate them, right? Or even in Google, you sometimes rate them, right? So similarly here also there is a rating, and this rating will say them whether you have been consistent enough. The consistency matter, whether you fulfill all the commitments, how many commitments or how many orders you have received, and how you have performed this order. All this are very important. So all the mandatory sections have to be updated. Suppose you are having certification, ISO certifications or that Z certification or that, all this needs to be uploaded. So now coming to the product and service list. So this is your digital storefront. This is where you will be showing what are all the products you are going to sell, or what are all the products you have, what are all the services you have. So all this you have, you need to showcase it properly. So suppose you are a buyer, what will you expect your seller to do? Put yourself in that shoe and then give your category or catalog total list. You need to give a catalog from that mindset. See, first thing is categorize your product correctly. You may be providing, I mean, if you are having a small shop, you may be saying that, okay, I'm selling chairs. Chairs, you may be selling chairs now for a domestic, like a person one who comes and buys the chairs. So, but when you sell to government, you cannot say it is just chair. These are office furniture, which needs to be classified accordingly. So the correct category always matter. So the right, not only here, also for GST determination also it matters. So you need to have the right product or a service clarification. Your title should very clearly says what you are selling. You cannot say just chair, even if you are selling chair. What type of chair are you going to sell? Is it a revolving chair or is it a static chair? Is it adjustable? Is it height adjustable? And does it have what is the type of fabric? Everything should be very clear. Detailed specification should be available for your product. So you can see this is one example which I took again, of course, from the GeM website only. You can see how the specification has been made here clearly. Specification has to be detailed. That is, I think, yeah, I think many of the persons who are registering in GeM and who list lot of products, of course, they say this is one of the point where we have to type in all the detail, give all the detail. You have to, because you are going to get huge orders from that. So you need to type in all your specification and description. It is very much required. And very important is, if you're selling a product, picture. The picture should be of very good quality. And the pricing, in case you have a price change, come here and also change the catalog price. Don't keep the same price and assume that they will know about it. They will not know about it. If there is going to be a change in price, the change in price has to be made in the catalog which you have in the GeM portal also. And GST percentage should be entered correctly, and warranty terms, whatever it is, you can see here, warranty. There is a warranty of 1 year. So similarly, whatever product you are selling, the warranty also need to be entered correctly. So only when all this are available, what does the buyer, the government get a trust. Okay, I can trust the seller, I can buy from them. So this product and service listing in detail really helps you. And of course, I understand this is one of the practical pain point for many OEMs also, traders also, or having a list of product. But this is one of the best way you can sell to one of the big seller. Okay, so now what are all the common mistakes, or what do you say as some which you do? Why do you miss the bid? Like, why don't you get the bid from the government? What can happen? Very basic mistakes. This has happened. Category is totally unrelated category. You suddenly choose home furnishings. Maybe you are doing home furnishing. In the home furnishing, you are also supplying the office chairs, but you cannot select an option as home furnishings. Office furniture. So you select an unrelated category, which can happen, and which is very basic. It has happened, which is, you can correct it very easily. And specifications are not fully available. For example, warranty period for many products are not available. You're missing out important details when you're giving. The images which you give, no, I'm saying for many products, there are specified products, like a customized products for which all the details will be provided in the bid. That is a different thing. But when you are giving a generic products, your warranty important. It's a point which you have to give. And apart from that, there are specification, what angle For example, chair, what angle it can move, and what is the make of it. Even the make is not there, and sometimes in product category the make is important, and whether how much percentage of it is made where, and that information should be true. All this are mandatory. And images is something for a common or a generic product. What really matters is images. You should have a high quality image, and also ensure that images are really representing the product you sell. It should not be like an AI created image and you show something as a product. Both should go hand in hand. Pricing or the GST detail. See, one thing which I have seen is pricing. You correct the higher pricing very fast. Like wherever you want to increase the price. Suppose you want to reduce the price of your product, that also you need to correct it, update it. And description should be specific to your product. Do not go to another one seller who has given all the description, copy it, paste it, but later when they come and then inspect your product is not matching the specification. So your catalog should give the trust, this I can go with this buyer. So which are the ways in which the government purchase? The general way which everybody knows is, okay, they will give some tender in some newspaper and it will always happen by bid. No, it's not the only way the government makes the purchase. See, the first method is for small article. It is a direct purchase. This is where your catalog matters more. The generic articles. For example, you are selling tables and chairs for office, or you are selling an electrical wire, which is commonly required for every department in every government office, and it is required for rewiring. There are many low value and cleaning cloths or cleaning product. All this are low value purchases within limit. Now for this, there is no bidding process and all. It is a direct purchase. And this many MSCs really have an opportunity here. Product doesn't even go for bidding. It's a low value purchase. Your catalog is interesting and your prices are competitive. They really go for a direct purchase of it. Next comes bidding. So in the case of the bidding, you need to review each and every bidding document. See, this is one screen where you can see there are different bids. You can go to the bid number, click on the bid number and read out. Just click on this bid number and you can read out the details of the bid. This is where different departments of the ministry gives bids. You can go inside the bid, review each and every specification which is mentioned and see whether you are eligible for the bid, and you can submit it before deadline. Now in this bidding, what happens is there are various eligible sellers who will be competing with you. And always understand one thing, it is not that always the lowest price. There are L1 bidding also where they will give the order to the lowest bidder. And apart from that also there are various things they say. How is the specification? Is this specification better than whatever I expected? Or they both quoting the same cost? Maybe one specification is better and they are quoting the same cost as the lowest bidder. Then they may go in for this bidder than the other bidder. Both are having the same price. Both are quoting same 1 lakh. But the specification of one of the seller is better than the specification of the other seller. They may go for them. It's not necessarily only the lower bidding. Lower bidding, they will clearly mention, yes, we go in only for the lowest bidder. So, and there is another one type, bill of quantity bid, like where one department, see for example, one government department, they are planning to computerize their whole of the area. For that, they want some hardware, software, tables, chairs, everything to be set up. So they can give multiple items in one particular bid. And in those cases, you need to quote Every line item specified. You cannot give one total price and expect them to give you an order. In those cases, every line item you have to mention the price separately. Apart from that, you have a custom bid where you need to, they are for specific products where you need to tailor the solution specific to the requirement of the government. And you have something called as a reverse auction also, where in the case of reverse auction, if you are participating first time in the reverse auction, you should be very careful as to see in the reverse auction what happens. There is a price, top price or the cap price, which is fixed. For example, they have fixed the price of around 50 lakh as the cap price. The parties are supposed to reduce the price and bid. Here you should be very careful not to go beyond which value, so that you can get your profit and come out. Because reverse auction is going on doesn't mean that you should keep on lowering your price. Then it may not be sustainable for you. So when your bidding clearly says that it is on reverse auction basis, always go with the sustainable profit point. So your profitability is more important to you. You cannot go below that value, then you will be losing out. So here, how does the whole bid life cycle works is the buyer publishes the requirement. Okay. And as a seller, you are supposed to review. When the buyer publishes the requirement, where do they publish it? Of course, in the portal, GeM portal, they will publish their requirement. As a seller who has been registered in the GeM website, you have to review what are all the specification which has been provided by them. And am I eligible to enter into this bid? Because there may be various requirements. Am I eligible to enter into this bid? Check your eligibility. Check whether you will be able to meet the requirement. Then submit the bid. Buyer will evaluate the bids which are really eligible. And on the basis of whatever method they have said, for example, they would have said L1, that I will give it to the lowest bidder. So in that case, purchase order is issued immediately. Reverse auction, after the auction is over, purchase order is issued. Then you need to supply your goods or services on time. Sometimes your product will require inspection beforehand. So that inspection should be over. Then only you will supply the goods or services. So even if inspection is not there, then something called as a product or service acceptance is there. So once the product or service acceptance is over, then only your invoice will be submitted. I mean, your submitted invoice will be accepted. Once it is accepted, then only it goes to a payment processing. So when you say I have won the bid, that is only just the starting part of it. So only if you successfully execute your order, you will get a repeat business, which is common for any customer. Same to that for the government also. So now, before you go to bid, check whether you can meet all the technical specifications. If you're bidding without that specification, it may look like you're winning, but on a practical inspection, then you will lose your rating also. So first check whether your technical specifications are met. Then they will say like by this date, I will require this much of delivery or quantity. Check in the bid properly whether any date is there. In that date, will you be able to supply the quantity? You need to check the timeline as well as quantity. Both has to be checked. Then check whether you have calculated all the cost. Very important. Another important thing is working capital. Can you arrange the working capital? Of course, there is a scheme in GeM in case if you get a purchase order, on the basis of the purchase order, you can arrange for the working capital from GeM portal. That is one option which is available, but still the possibilities are very different. In case if that doesn't work out, you need to have other options also. So can you arrange that working capital on the basis of this purchase order? So that also you need to check. And if you are going to arrange for that working capital, how much will be the cost of arranging that working capital? How much is the interest you need to pay? That also you need to calculate. So just because there is one bid and you are eligible, specifications are matching, just don't go ahead and then bid. Check all this and then only go for the bidding. So the cost components which you really need to take care is product cost. See, the general, like when you are a manufacturer, you will take into consideration lot of things. But when you are a trader, you will just say, okay, purchase price, with that I will add some profit and then go ahead and quote. Doesn't work. See, you need to use packing material for sending that, and then transportation you need to send by some means. Insurance need to be taken if something happens on the way. All the taxes you need to add, and if suppose the product requires some inspection, or the government says this requires certification from this particular area, then all that. And there are some products which requires a detailed documentation. The documentation charges itself will goes to few lakhs. So in that case, the compliant cost also need to be added up. And apart from that, working capital cost, profit margin, all this you add together and arrive at the price. Never just add, okay, this is my purchase price. With that, I will add this margin and then sell. That is one mistake which many traders do. And ultimately, they say, oh, government orders are not giving profit. Government orders are the one which gives reasonable profit. But you are supposed to calculate all the cost and then add it and price your product. Okay, so the thing is, if you see winners of the GeM sellers, the first thing they have is a updated seller profile, and their service catalog or product catalog, if you see, it's very, very accurate. And with one bid, I mean, it is not that you will just attend one bid and then leave it and go. They will keep on seeing and then applying bid after bids. Out of the so many bids they apply, they may get something, they may not get something, both are possible. And their product or services or with, I mean, or delivered at the right time. The quality is also good. And in case if there is some problem, they are always available on call to attend. And they actually meet the bid requirements. All of this matter for a GeM seller. I mean, it is like, how do you handle your other customer? In same way, you need to handle the government also. Next, if you really want to win government order, the first step is seller profile, update it, and your category list of all your product should be accurately mentioned with the right prices for the generic products. So if it is something very specific, BOQ or something is available, so check really how many products you can supply on your own, or if you are going to buy and supply, what you are going to do. See the bid document very carefully. And when you're quoting also, do not quote far less price than you can sustain. Yes, it is a government order, it is a huge prestige for you, but just because of that, do not quote low. One more thing is, if there is a deadline, you miss the deadline by 5 minutes. This has also happened. 5 minutes, I missed the deadline. 5 minutes, I was not able to set. At that time only internet went out. All this have happened. So before the deadline itself, submit your bids. And the documents, whatever they require, inspection reports are required from any authority. All this have to be submitted. See, once you update your, what happens is people sometimes update their seller profile, then update their product and catalog list, but after that they don't monitor or check whether how many bids are coming, from where it is coming, can we apply to that? That is something which is regularly required. You cannot just upload your catalog the services and then leave it. Suppose a BOQ bid comes, you cannot only always concentrate on direct purchases. No, bids also can come. So you need to keep on seeing, and then set, you can set an alert that is possible, so that you can get more orders. And you need to be consistent in checking with the government website. That only you can do. So why do many sellers sometimes lose the bid? Many reasons are there, not one reason. Sometimes specifications are not met. That is a very common thing. And then the pricing becomes too high. You're not competitive enough with others. And they require an inspection report, and you don't submit the inspection report on time. You have it, but then later. And you have already supplied to certain orders, but they were delayed. So the other government orders will not come so easily to you. And last minute bid submission, that's also one of the reasons. So all this can happen. For all this, there is only one thing: read your specification very carefully. Check whether you meet all the specification or eligibility conditions, then only submit your bid. And always ensure that you earn a sustainable profit. If it is not sustainable to you, do not submit it, or don't over escalate the price also. And always deliver on time. Whatever products you have committed, whatever services you have committed, give it on time. And if you're losing the bid, it is okay. There are many competitive bids. There are many people who are enrolled in the platform. They have lost bids. In many cases, we have seen up to 20 bids participated, lost. But every bid is an opportunity for you to learn. You can improve and again participate. Okay. So before application itself, think a lot. After application, just execute. So every order you get from the government, it of course builds your reputation. So always supply only the quality products and supply on time, maintain accurate records. Professionalism is very much expected. See, when they call you or email you, respond immediately. And if they want some invoices, again for reference, send the soft copy. Deliver your product on time. So common challenges which you will always face is registration itself. Many people say registration is easier. Yes, true. Registration is far easier. Profile completion is easier. Product problem comes with product or service listing. You need to spend time on it, no doubt about it. Keep a clear photographs, put them in a proper folder and keep. And with every product, keep the detailed description also along with that. I mean, you have to do it. Unless you give the specification, how will you buy? See, for example, you are buying from Amazon or a Flipkart. How will you buy? In the same way, for the government to buy your product or services, give a clear description. So whenever you can give the pricing, give it competitively, but in a sustainable way. There should be a balance between both. And for the grievances, no, there is a grievance support mechanism. There is a help desk which offers to help you. You can raise a ticket and they will be trying to solve it. Yes, of course, there are queries where the reverse auction bid was going on and all those things. Yes, of course, those things also happen. Reverse auction bid is going on and suddenly there is a connection cut. So what do we do? Very practical questions, but those happens. So that also you can raise, in fact, in GeM, and GeM will try to resolve it. So always you have a sustainable presence on GeM. That means check Update your seller profile whenever there is a change, and only if the bid is relevant, participate on it. If you have committed, okay, I will do this delivery, do the delivery on time. Sometimes you will win the bid, sometimes you will lose it, but don't lose your heart. Keep on reviewing whether you get any new opportunity, new bids are coming. So always ensure that you maintain a proper documentation. With government, very important is documentation. So you need to maintain the documentation. And it's very, very common not to get any bids for few months after your registration. Okay, so do not worry, okay, I didn't get any registration. Don't feel that. It may happen, but slowly you will start getting uh, orders from the government. So right now what we can do, so this is a 30-day GeM action plan which you can follow. So if you have not already registered on GeM, register on GeM. But many people would have registered on GeM and would not have completed your seller profile. Complete your seller profile properly. If you have done this too, go to the next stage. See, product or service catalog. This is where you showcase what are all the things you have. Update the clear images in case if you already have a product or service catalog, and if you want to change something in your specification, change it, put the prices properly. If you have not created already, create a proper product or a service catalog. See, start seeing this should be regular activity, week on week. Any new bids are coming, and what are the bid documents asking? Maybe you will improve your product itself after reading the specification, and then you can apply maybe after 3 or 6 months. That's also possible. Then start participating in the bids. When you see the specification matters, eligibility matters, yes, you have crossed all those things, then participate in the bid. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. If specification matches, you are eligible to participate in the bid, then start participating. You may not get at the first instance, but slowly you will reach there. Okay, the slow steps, no, it will build your confidence. In fact, your product may improve, or your service may improve, or you may improve the way you serve even to other customers, or you may improve your documentation process. So it is one of an opportunity which you can really explore and get orders and improve your business. You are getting an additional market through GeM. Okay, so now we have said all stories. So are there really people who have used GeM? You can see 11 lakh and odd. Now it will be 12 lakh, I think 12 lakh MSEs who have registered in GeM, and 45% of government purchases are from GeM. And this is one of the story of them. So the name, of course, we have changed. We all see many of the products are getting listed. So what about services? Services also you can list in GeM, and the AMC services are very common. And see, government uses various IT equipments, of course. Okay, and for every IT equipment, you require the service provider. AMC service is very much required. Now, this particular seller, he was already serving for the offices, schools. So it was an additional market for him when he want a new type of a buyer. So first thing, registered, completed the seller profile, what are all the AMC service, which product they will give the AMC service, and to what extent they will give, and what are the charges for it. Okay, because you cannot say, okay, I'm an IT equipment server. No, you need to fully give details about it, which are all the IT equipment you will service, and what is the duration they can expect the maintenance service. All this detail has to be mentioned, which was mentioned. And they kept on monitoring the GeM for AMC opportunities. Okay, and it doesn't come so easily. It took time. They studied bid conditions and applied, and after applying, they applied in different state, didn't get any benefit out of it, then applied further, and then they need to find persons in case if there is an AMC order coming from a different state. All this happened, and they slowly build the credibility. See, don't expect you will always get that. Okay, I'll go and apply only if I'm getting an 1 crore order. Don't keep that expectation. Start with something small. Even a 8 lakh order is fine. You can slowly build upon your credibility. So don't wait for that value. Okay, if only it is 50 lakh and above, I will go and bid. Not necessary. You slowly build with even 2 lakh, 3 lakh orders also, and you can slowly build upon it. Okay. So their journey, that's what it teaches us. So what they did is read every bid, review every bid. Quality service is very, very important. As much as you get the order, what is very important for the government is your delivery on time and how credible you are. That only builds a long-term business. So when you are just supplying something for one time and leaving it, no, you don't get a long-term business. If you want long-term government business, provide quality service and be responsive. Okay, you cannot run away with just one order. You have to wait, be responsive. You will get more orders. Keep applying to bids if there is an opportunity in your uh, product or service. So before you go, you need to remember these 5 things. First, access. Create your seller profile. Now you get a good opportunity in the government. It's very, very transparent process. Complete your profile. Have a total catalog, good product catalog or a good service catalog. Before even applying for the bid, check whether you are eligible for the bid. When you are quoting, quote smart. Very important. Include all your cost and then quote for it. You should never lose your profitability. Always stay consistent. You give everything on time, and quality is very important because your ratings matter. So this is our message for you. Register smart, bid smart, deliver smart, and grow smart. Okay, I understand from Vasundra there is no questions, and I think we have answered all the questions which came for the registration. In case if you do have any questions, you can really reach out to us through our mail. Vasundra, now over to you.
Thank you, Indu. Thank you so much for this informative session. Yes, we have already answered the question from Atul. He asked about the registration documents, so we have already covered that in this webinar. Thank you so much for
Okay.
this webinar. And thank you
Yeah.
everyone for joining us today. We hope this session has given a great insight on GEM, clearly made you understand how the platform works and beat the registration process or creating a strong seller profile also. List your products correctly and like Indu said, register smart and start this the right way now. Thank you. Thank you so much again. And we hope this session has helped you. We look forward to seeing you again in our upcoming webinars. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Vasundra. Bye.